Hey, Pardon My Take listeners, you can find every episode on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Prime members can listen ad-free on Amazon Music. On today's Pardon My Take, we have Justin Herbert and Aaron Donald. We're going out to the West Coast. We got the two LA franchises. Awesome conversation with Justin Herbert. Aaron Donald, we were reminded what Super Bowl Media Week is like, so we only had about 10 minutes with him. But we got a couple good questions in there. We have the return of segments. Segments are officially back. We have a segment-heavy show for the first time in a long time, a post-football life. We have Who's Back of the Week. J.J. Watt is a free agent. Billy is back from Florida / whatever his excuse was for not showing up on Thursday's show. And we're brought to you by our friends at Chevy Silverado, the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Silverado, it is strong, it's advanced, it's dependable, it's hardworking, and the Silverado is dependable like the people who drive them. The design is big, bold, and commanding. I test drove one. I loved it. I want to be a truck guy. You want to be a truck guy because if you're a truck guy, you can tailgate, you can haul, whether it be a big screen TV, couch to watch the game, tailgate equipment, towing, boats, RVs, trailers, off-roading, moving day, helping out your friend or family member, road trips. Guess what? Tailgating is coming back next year. I'm going to say it right now. And you want to be tailgating out of Chevy Silverado. That is ground zero if you're going to a football game. So become a truck guy. Truck guys rule the world, and Chevy Silverado rules the world, rules the truck world. It is the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. I even have a tiny mini Silverado for my son. Chevy gifted me one, so shout out to Chevy for that. Go right now if you're thinking about it. If you're thinking, hey, I want to be a truck guy, there's only one truck out there. It is the Chevy Silverado. The Chevy Silverado is the greatest truck ever created. It's the strongest, most advanced, best Silverado that has ever been made. So go right now. You want to be big, you want to be bold, you want to be awesome, Chevy Silverado. Okay, let's go.
It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.
Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by the Chevy Silverado, the most bold, advanced Silverado ever. Today is Monday, February 15th, a post-football world.
Post-mostly football.
Post-mostly football, and J.J. Watt is officially a free agent. Henry Lockwood has made that possible after slandering him on Friday's show, but J.J. Watt is a free agent. Heartfelt speech to the fans that I loved. I thought that was really nice and really genuine.
Yeah.
And that's the big news.
Yeah, and I thought he did it in a very classy way. Extremely classy. Thanked the fans first and foremost. Thanked the franchise for putting him in that position. That's something that, you wouldn't expect a guy like Russell Wilson to do. JJ meant every word that he said. I think that there's probably at least like $300,000 or $400,000 that he has earmarked right now to take out full-page thank you ads to the entire city of Houston. He's probably going to be buying billboards all over Texas, thanking them for his time there. JJ gets it. This is a guy who gets it, right, Hank?
Yeah, I mean, it was a nice video. I think it's something on par with exactly what Russell Wilson would do. So, my point was proven.
So I would contend that J.J. Watt being a free agent, he has the most ties to the most teams, strong ties to the most teams that a free agent has ever had. So the free agency looks like this. Everyone says he's going to go to the Packers because obviously he's from Wisconsin.
No,
wait, hold on. I'm going to go through all of them.
Okay.
He grew up in Wisconsin. He's a Packer fan, grew up a Packer fan. His wife plays for the Chicago Red Stars. So there's some links to Chicago. He actually Instagram story to Lou Malnati's Pizza the other night. So he's in Chicago right now, probably talking to Ryan Pace. If I had to guess, Ryan Pace is going to offer him somewhere between 150 and $200 million. And then the completion of the Watt trilogy in Pittsburgh, the cap-strapped Pittsburgh Steelers to add J.J. Watt to the T.J. Watt and the Derek Watt trio in Pittsburgh. And then I'll just throw in the Bucs, because now that the Bucs have won a Super Bowl with Tom Brady, I think that becomes the new like New England Patriots, where whenever there was a free agent, it was like, oh, he's going to go here. I think the Bucs are now here because like, oh, he's going to go there to win a ring.
Yeah, if you're ring chasing, that's the new destination you go. I mean, the list for me starts and ends with the Pittsburgh Steelers, just because I know J.J. Watt, and he's going to want to go play with his brothers and have them rub that in our faces. Like, the Steelers are going to get every single primetime game. They're going to play 16 primetime games next year if they have 3 Watt brothers, and we're going to get sick of it. But that is the quintessential J.J. Watt destination. Like, let's go finish out my career with my 2 brothers and have my parents come to every single game wearing like triple jerseys. We might see the first ever triple jersey that represents all the kids there. I could also see the Tennessee Titans. I could see him going there. They swung and missed on Jadeveon Clowney last year, but you know that he loves Vrabel, and you know that he would go to the Titans just so he could stick it to Jack Easterby twice a year.
No.
And you know that Vrabes would let JJ catch at least like 3 touchdown passes next year.
Too much,
something that he'd really like to do.
Nope, too much respect for the Texans fan base. You know that he's got too much respect for the Texans, because the Colts are also one of those. See, the Colts, I feel like the Colts are officially the team that everyone is pointing to. Like, they are 1 quarterback and 1 impact player on defense and maybe 1 awesome wide receiver away from a Super Bowl, which I love whenever that team arises, because it's like, well, so
that's pretty.
They're kind of far away, right?
Yeah. You just named the 3 most important positions in football, they need like a slightly better head coach. Yeah.
Yes.
No, so I think that he would go to the Titans because he does love Vrabes. Vrabes, you know what? He could always make the case like me and Vrabes. It's like Houston Light. You know, like Vrabes moved up there after he was a Texan. He's a Texan for life. I'm a Texan for life. This is just where Texans go when you put us out to stud. And I was talking to Brian Mitchell, the old Washington football team guy, on Friday. And he was like, I would absolutely go within the division. I was like, yeah, no shit, Brian. You did it to go to the Eagles, and then you got mad at the Eagles, so then you went to the Giants. You did it twice. So, of course, you think that JJ would do something like that. But I think it's like the Steelers. Yeah, that you have to say the Packers because – not only like the Wisconsin ties, but you know that JJ sees every preseason, JJ sees the players doing the bike thing where they ride bikes with the kids. JJ's going to buy every single bike in Green Bay and just give every child that goes to every elementary school a bike and have a big JJ Watt Bikes for Tykes Day.
And you do have to say the Bears because of his wife, and also Ryan Pace will undoubtedly pay the most.
Yeah.
Like, it would absolutely, like, the market will be wherever the market is, and it probably won't be like, you know, I would imagine he gets an incentive-laden deal, and he's, you know, I mean, JJ would admit himself, he's not obviously in his prime anymore. His prime was something that was one of the greatest primes that a defensive player has ever had. He's never going to be that JJ Watt anymore. So that's the perfect time for Ryan Pace to be like, yo, I'm going to give you $50 million just so I can tell people that we have Khalil Mack and JJ Watt on the same line. And that will sell some more tickets.
I mean, what you said about the Colts was pretty true about the Bears, too. They're like a quarterback, a wide receiver, and an impact defensive player away from
a new front office.
New front office. Yeah. I think that, you should probably include the Bears in this whole thing, although we have to refer to his wife, Kayla Watt. We have to refer to JJ as Kayla Watt's husband if he goes to Chicago.
Correct.
Just make sure to do that.
Correct. All right. Other news. Urban Meyer's hiring of Chris Doyle. Turns out the NFL is a little different than college football.
Who would have thought?
Urban Meyer got slapped on the hand. And, of course, the framing of it was Chris Doyle gave his resignation after realizing it was a distraction. No, Urban Meyer realized that maybe I can't call every shot and do whatever the fuck I want in the NFL. This is maybe a little different than college football. So good start for Urban Meyer. And by that, obviously, I mean the worst start possible. But he did get to stand. Did you see Trevor Lawrence's pro day? So Trevor Lawrence was throwing missiles. He has 10-inch hands, and then Urban Meyer stood essentially like he basically was teabagging the pseudo center who was snapping him balls, asserting his dominance amongst the NFL scouts because there was no one else on the field besides Clemson players and staff, and then Urban Meyer standing front and center being like, this is my guy.
Why would you even go to that workout if you weren't Urban Meyer? What's the point of sending a scout there? Like, it's like the most obvious thing ever. If Urban Meyer does not draft Trevor Lawrence, then someone's going to trade up to number 2, and then they'll take him there. Like, what's the point in sending anybody out there? He's obviously going to take him. But yeah, Urban had quite a weekend. I'm kind of upset that we haven't gotten an apology for the apology yet from Urban. He's the best at that, bar none. There's nobody better in the history of college football or the NFL. The apology for the apology, that's Urban territory. Yeah. And the apology that the Jaguars put out actually did leave a little bit to be desired. It was just like, it said we didn't vet him enough, but their statement when they hired him was, we thoroughly vetted him and we're confident that this is the right guy to have for the job.
He's done it for 20 years.
So now I'm in the position where I'm just sitting around waiting for Urban's apology to the apology. And you have to question if he still got it, if it's taken him 48 hours and I still haven't gotten a notes app from him yet. So let's get to work on that, Urban, make it a little bit better. But yeah, he was asserting his dominance at Pro Day. He was like, this is mine. This belongs to me right now.
Yes.
He might as well have had Trevor Lawrence on a leash. But some of the passes that Trevor was making was like, I'm back in love with Trevor Lawrence. I fall in and out of love with college players like very, very quickly, depending on what I just saw from them most recently. Like in Trevor Lawrence's last game they played against Ohio State, I was like, oh, he looks like crap. Maybe he's a bust. I was going to call him a bust before he ever got drafted. And then he threw that like 60-yard pass on a dime. And I was like, yep, the truth.
See, I think he was actually not even that bad. The game against LSU was bad, but the game against Ohio State, like his offensive line didn't give him any time. I actually thought he looked okay in that game. It's not crazy to say like Trevor Lawrence is going to be very good.
Yes.
It's not a hot take, but I've never fallen out of love with Trevor Lawrence. Also, his brother, if you've never seen his brother's like maybe the coolest guy ever. He's just Trevor Lawrence if Trevor Lawrence decided he was going to be in the Lumineers. So it's a very cool family overall.
He's a very cool hat guy. Yes. Like I'm talking like flat brim. He's like a Charlie Whitehurst.
Yes.
If Charlie Whitehurst had like decided to not pursue an NFL career, that's exactly what he would look like. And I actually over the weekend I started watching Yellowstone, Big Cat. I don't know if you've watched it yet. Really good show, but there are hats everywhere. And I bought my cowboy hat home.
Don't.
I thought we need a cowboy hat guy in the office. Hank's saying yes.
Oh my God!
Like I don't know. I put it on. I watched 2 episodes.
Heidelberg is our hat guy, by the way.
Yeah, but he's not a cowboy hat guy. He's a cool hat guy.
Heidelberg's getting old too.
Yeah. Listen,
PFT's a lot younger.
I wore it for 2 episodes of Yellowstone. I just put a cowboy hat on and watched Yellowstone, and I felt good. And I was like, "This is dangerous, PFT. You're getting dangerously close to start walking around with a belt buckle and calling yourself Big Country again." I don't know. I might have to be talked out of it.
Yeah, I don't think.
Do it. Don't.
Whatever. Fine. Do whatever you want. I just think that there's the weird hat guy is definitely it's a hard thing to pull off, and I don't know. I don't think any of us have that.
It's not weird. It's big hat.
No, I get that, but I'm saying there's certain types of people like Charlie Whitehurst. He can wear a cool hat.
Yeah.
PFT, not Charlie Whitehurst.
I don't know.
Mayer. He's got the hair.
You think you're that cool?
No, Big Cat, you're mistaking a cool hat for a cowboy hat.
No, but
totally different. No, Charlie Whitehurst hat is not a cowboy hat.
I get that.
Here, I'll put it on.
Hat guys in general, like if you're gonna go weird hat, you've gotta. I mean, this is, by the way, PFT's got a Brazzers password or Brazzers background, and when he logged in, Billy was like, "Oh, dude, Brazzers."
See,
I told him. Well, we can't see it because you got your Brazzers background. So
here you go, cowboy hat guy.
That's like a corporate one though. You gotta get a real one.
Yeah, I don't know. That one doesn't.
That's the one we got from Jess Lockwood, my cousin.
Yeah, but I can't wear like an actual worn-in cowboy hat because then everyone's like, "Oh, all hat, no cattle." This one, I'm saying, like, I'm admitting to you, yeah, I don't own a fucking cow. What do I look like? I'm a podcaster who wears a cool cowboy hat sometimes.
I mean, give it a try. It's just that you would agree, right? Like when you try to wear a cowboy hat or a weird hat, there's a fine line between like regular look and trying way too hard.
Yeah, I don't think I'm trying that hard if I'm wearing a cowboy hat. But Big Cat, you also are the one who tells me, like, if I wear a collared shirt, you tell me I'm trying too hard.
No, I say I always
pigeonholing him, Big Cat.
No.
Yeah, he is. I'm feeling very pigeonholed.
Hold on. When you wear a collared shirt, I say who died because I thought you were going to a funeral.
Yeah.
Because you usually wear like whatever shirts you get given for free and sweatpants. Like, is that
correct.
crazy to
No,
say?
No.
Yeah.
No,
So when you wear a collared shirt, I'm worried that you're going to a funeral and I ask you who died. I think that's totally normal.
I kind of like the cowboy hat look.
Okay. I mean, do whatever. What are you gonna say, Billy?
I'm literally wearing cowboy boots right now, so I can't.
And we clown you for those.
I know, but they're very practical. If you have a practical thing to back it up, like,
you have a farm.
No, you don't have a practical thing. Every time
I
we
do
say
this,
that,
the snow's deep and they're high, so the snow doesn't get into my boots, as opposed to Tim's.
One other note about keep it on PFT.
No, I can't because I can't fit the headphones on when I've got the cowboy hat.
I'm not deterred. I think you should give it a shot. I'm warning you that there's definitely that fine line. I think I'm being a good friend by saying there is a fine line. I'm gonna if you start wearing a cowboy hat, I'm gonna give it a solid 2 weeks, and I'll give you my natural reaction.
I don't want 2 weeks. I think that if it takes 2 weeks to get a reaction, I think we can all make that judgment call within like 24 hours.
All right. That's fine. But I think that like this is a very relatable thing. Like all friend groups have that one guy who's like, hey, I'm going to try this wild new look. And it's up to everyone else to be like, that doesn't work or it does. Because otherwise then you end up with hat guy who just walking around thinking he's John Mayer all the time. Well,
okay. So this definitely needs to be like a clear line of delineation here. I'm not trying to be a cool hat guy. I am not a cool hat guy. I can't pull off like the felt flat brim.
I wish
John Mayer.
Oh.
I can't pull off the Jason Mraz. He's a hat guy. The fedora. I'm not Jason Whitlock.
Feather. Yeah, peacock feather coming out. It's the coolest look there is.
None of us are cool enough to pull off a Jason Whitlock look.
Maybe Jake.
Sure.
Maybe Jake.
Jake could probably do only if he was wearing like suspenders and a tie.
Most basic dresser of all time. Literally hoodie and jeans or hoodie and joggers.
No, so am I. None of us dress well. None of us are like sitting here being fucking Mr. GQ Russell Wilson.
I do think that if Jake was just wearing like a white dress shirt, a tie, black pants, suspenders, he could pull off the fedora like the old school press sign that's like in the side of it. If he had like a big camera around his neck all the time, Jake could pull that off.
We also have to just say like outright, like we live in such a weird bubble because we're bloggers and podcasters. So like we don't even know what normal is like anymore. You know what I mean? Like I don't even own nice clothes anymore. I don't own anything besides sweatshirts and jeans because I haven't had to wear anything different for a decade. So we're in a weird fucking like bizarro universe where people are looking at us like you guys all dress like shit. We know that. We dress like 15-year-olds pretty much going to or whatever middle school.
And you know what? This is a classic case of mostly football season. Like we gotta, I'm trying to find something weird to do because my mind is bored because I haven't been able to sit down and watch 9 hours of football today.
Yes.
I'm wearing hats. That's where I've gone.
Yes. One more note about Trevor Lawrence. So there was some there was some nervousness. We went to a little side veer there. There was some scuttlebutt about his height. So there was some talk that maybe Trevor Lawrence was too tall. Yeah. So Jane Slater pulled this up. There were 22 QBs that have been drafted since 1990 that are 6'6" or taller. And here's some of the names off the list. These are the best names, the most notable names. Mike Glennon, Paxton Lynch, Brock Osweiler, Justin Herbert's good. He's coming up in a second. Derek Anderson, Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl. Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. Jamarcus Russell, Andrew Walter, Dave Brown, Jake Luton, John Navarre, he had a rocket arm. John Skelton, Jonathan Quinn. Not exactly like the best.
John who?
What? Josh Freeman, Jonathan Quinn, Josh Freeman, John Navarre, Nate Sudfeld, Ryan Mallett, also rocket arm.
Nate Sudfeld.
John Skelton.
Sean Mannion. John Skelton. He started for the Cardinals, right?
Yeah, you don't remember him, Hank?
John Skelton, a real person.
I think he was one of the Carson Palmer backups where Palmer would get hurt and they'd toss him in and be like, "Who?"
Yeah. So, but good news is Trevor Lawrence actually official height was 6'5" and 5/8. So
That's
he's not too tall.
Yeah, so
officially not too tall.
I guess the argument is if you're 6'6" or taller, then you've just got a weird that turns into like a weirdly gangly body. Unless you're thick, unless you're a big boy like Ben Roethlisberger, who's got to be is Big Ben like 6'5"?
Yeah, he's 5. You know what it is? I think it's just throwing motion. Like it's impossible to do a short throwing motion if you're 6'6". Actually, Billy, go ahead. Yeah, I know you're chomping at the bit to break this down for us.
Well,
Big Ben is 6'5". 241. That's his listed weight. Well, honestly, that's like when I tell people I'm 230 and they're like, "Sure, dude."
That's Big Ben. That's what Big Ben weighed in at like his senior year in high school, and he just kept that going. He's like he never showed up for weigh-in day. He was like, "No, it's in the media guide from last year. Check it out."
I'm gonna be honest. This is a little. Trevor Lawrence kind of gives me Paxton Lynch vibes.
Ooh, no, don't say that. Now that's the worst thing you could say about anyone.
No, but
literally the worst thing
he kind of does. He kind of has the same sort of build as Paxton Lynch, and like I've been thinking about this a lot because I'm a Jet fan. So like I've been thinking about Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields way too much. And look, your best case scenario with Trevor Lawrence is Tom Brady. Your worst case snenario is Paxton Lynch.
Wait, that's okay. So he could either be he could be all-time great or just the worst quarterback ever.
Billy's making a lot of sense, Big Cat. You're laughing at him, but he's right. You have to admit that he's right.
That was an anti-take. That was an anti-take. You didn't say anything.
I think
you said that he could be out of the league in a year, or he could be the greatest of all time. That's an anti-take. There's no everything is in between.
I know, but the thing is like but it's like a little more towards Paxton Lynch because we don't know.
Wait, okay. All right, now we're getting somewhere. So he's more likely
his throwing motion reminds me a lot of Paxton Lynch's. And that's just because it's crazy to say, but they're around. Paxton Lynch was a little taller, but
by like a third of an inch. Yeah. Yep.
Right, but we get to the point where it's like Paxton Lynch, I think, is a very good comparison, just because they kind of like are built the same.
Okay,
they have a better.
Listen, all right. I'm coming around to this just because, Billy, the best thing you can do in media is to be different. Everyone is talking about Trevor Lawrence being 1-1, being like a future can't miss. They're saying best prospect since Andrew Luck. All this stuff. Here on Part of My Take, we have him comped out as Paxton Lynch.
Right, but like, of course, he could be amazing.
He could also be good, though.
I think Justin.
No. He couldn't be good. He could be the greatest of all time.
I think no, but the thing is, he needs a supporting cast to be good. He needs
Sounds like a lot of quarterbacks. Yep.
Right. But I don't see him just like bringing electricity to an offense, like making plays with his feet, like even when he has no blocking. I'm a little skeptical, but hey, if the Jets get him, I'm so down. But I think there's other.
They're not going to get him.
Also, Billy, toss this one in here. Say I could be wrong though. I hope I'm wrong. No, say that you hope you're wrong.
But I think if you look at Paxton Lynch's throwing motion and Trevor Lawrence's, kind of similar.
Never looked at them.
Well, also, this is Billy
right now.
resorting to squatting on the take that he had 6 months ago that Justin Fields would be better fit for the Jets.
Yeah.
Because also, Billy, don't forget, Trevor Lawrence hasn't lost enough.
Yeah.
He's been too good.
That's what I'm saying. He's always had a supporting cast. Like you could be a good quarterback on a bad team, or a bad quarterback on a really good team.
So that's why you like Justin Fields more, who had no supporting cast.
No, I just think Justin Fields could do more by himself. He could, like Justin Fields, I think
you could make the exact same argument for just basically you should take Zach Wilson.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's a good enough athlete.
I'm a Trey Lance guy. I think we should become a Trey Lance podcast. Not enough people are talking. Billy, actually, can you do us a favor? So I know that you still probably need some time off after putting your body through hell, becoming a weapon. I want you to take as much time as you need. But I would like you to do like a John Gruden quarterback camp type thing where you evaluate every quarterback and give us a strong side, weak side with some film comps and like how they project to the next level. Can you do that?
I would actually.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes, I
And
want
just-
that on the
and
part of
look
my take you too.
Look at other
Yeah.
variables that just have nothing to do with football.
No, just
no.
whatever you want.
You do football, we'll do it together because there's no chance you'll do it on your own. So we'll do it together. You do the football, and PFT and I will sit in the quarterback room as the guys behind Gruden who are like, hey, what about this? What about that? And we'll feed you some facts.
Mhm.
And then you'll come up with a grade, okay?
I can't wait.
All right.
Do you think we can get interviews with the actual quarterbacks and just give them to Billy?
Yes. Yeah. We should definitely, if we ever get a
No,
chance
dude,
to
they're gonna
interview
be like,
Trevor
this guy's
Lawrence.
a clown.
Yeah,
Let's
let's get.
blow it.
I
By the
know.
way, one last question, Billy. You versus Trevor Lawrence in a fight.
He's got reach on me. I mean, honestly, look,
He is taller. All right, let's do.
I do also think that the long hair makes you look a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
Trust
I think
me,
he's got to
I
get
know.
a haircut.
Yeah.
He's going to get a haircut.
the
Speaking of
long
haircuts,
hair is also like a look at me move. I don't, and I don't get like
Big
I'm
time.
trying to. It's a big look at me move, kind of like a
Yeah.
cowboy hat. Move.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, very
So
similar.
you got to take that into account.
Yes. All right, let's get to who's back. We're gonna have some segments. We're a segment heavy show. I've actually had some people be like, "Hey, when are segments coming back?" Guess what? Today we got 5 segments. We got Justin Herbert and Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald interview. We only had like 10 minutes with him because it was Super Bowl Media Week, and we remembered what Super Bowl Media Week is like. But let's do who's back before we get to both of them. Who's back is brought to you by Cash App because the Cash App is back. The stock market is back. Investing through the Cash App is back, and you can buy and sell Bitcoin. I've been buying Bitcoin on the Cash App every single week. I buy Bitcoin, buy a little bit of Bitcoin. That's going to be a boat someday because
Ooh,
I've been
a boat.
Yes, it's going to be a boat. So if you go download the Cash App, you can invest in the stock market. You can buy stocks, super easy to do, and you can buy Bitcoin. And then you can also send money to your friends, family, link it directly to your bank account. It's the greatest app ever. If you're wondering, like, oh, all this scary Bitcoin and how do I sign up for Cash App? It's so easy. You just download the Cash App, put some money in, boom, you can buy Bitcoin instantly, like a click of a button. And guess what? The Bitcoin market never closes. Okay. Who's back of the week? Hank.
I was back the week is lacrosse.
Ooh.
Oh,
So I know football season's Billy's mad. Football season, you guys, think football is the biggest sport, number one sport in the country, sport of the future. But, Chris Hogan would beg to differ. He played in the NFL. He's a Super Bowl champion. He is choosing to, instead of continue his NFL career. Yes.
Okay.
He's opting. He has declared for the Premier League lacrosse draft.
Chosen?
He declared. No one declared for him. He declared on his own behalf.
So, he declared on his own behoof.
I mean, PFT just said chosen.
Yeah. It was
Chosen.
behoove. So, Hank, I actually had this as my people forget that people forget that Chris Hogan played football. Because now I haven't heard anybody talk about Chris Hogan being a football player in a while. He's a lacrosse guy. He just took a vacation to play in the NFL and win 2 Super Bowl rings. But yeah, I think that we have to draft him, right?
Yes.
On the Water Dogs?
I mean, otherwise, what is the point of this entire show, this entire podcast? We have equity in the Water Dogs. Whatever we have to do to get Chris Hogan on our team, we have to do it.
Well, we have to smoke screen.
Cheat.
Because if we actually – if you own another lacrosse team or if you govern another lacrosse team, just disregard everything that we just said because we can't let them know that we want to draft him.
Should we downplay his draft stock?
Yeah, be like, does he really love lacrosse? No one went to his birthday party.
Yeah, no, I heard he's actually going to he's doing this for show. He's going to end up going back to the NFL.
Yeah.
I think he's just going to be a short stick defensive midi, which isn't going to be much contribution. He doesn't have the stick skills to hang with the pro lacrosse players.
Okay.
Now you're just being mean, Billy. Now we have
I'm trying to downplay his
yeah,
stock
but,
so we can
but
draft
once he
him.
gets on the team, you'll have to answer for all that. You should stick to something
Right, but
that
he
you should
knows,
stick.
he knows it's business.
Billy, you got to stick to something light, like his mother was a prostitute.
Wait,
Whoa.
Billy, is he really? Are all those things you said true? We'll cut this, but like, is he bad at lacrosse?
No, I mean, I don't know how I watched his Penn State tape. It's pretty legit. But like,
What would you like? Jim Brown is his peak versus me playing lacrosse. Where would he be?
exactly, he'd be somewhere in the middle.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. All right. Whew.
I'm in talks of getting us to call a game. I know Paul Rabel mentioned it a couple of years ago, so I haven't forgotten that.
Yeah.
Would we have to go anywhere?
Maybe.
Nah.
Wait, when you say in talks, Jake, is this you just the talks are these talks? This is the talks?
No, I've been in talks
We're in talks.
I would
We're in
love for
talks,
you
yeah.
to call a game.
with you guys.
Right, but that means I'd have to watch an entire game?
Yeah.
Jake, if you would, I'd do it with you.
don't
I
think
love
so.
lacrosse.
Yeah, that would be great. You
I'm down.
guys can go. You guys can do it.
Yes.
That would be great. That would actually
right.
be great.
Done.
And I'll watch the highlights.
You know what?
Fair.
You know what would really help actually? The possibility for you guys to be able to do a show like that together. If Billy, if you change your name to Jake, like Mike and Mike, it always made it pop a little bit more when Mike and Mike were in the booth together doing something. So if it was Jake and Jake.
Or if Jake changed his name to Will and it was Bill and Will.
Ooh, that's good too.
Yeah. That'd be really good. All right. Good who's back, Hank.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
PFT.
My who's back of the week is we need to reset the counter as a podcast.
Uh-oh.
We need to 0 days without an accident.
Shit your pants?
On the Peloton.
Damn.
So I was pushing hard, maybe a little bit too hard. I'm trying to get back into shape. I ate salads all week with the exception of Friday where I had a nice big steak. But yeah,
Steak
I was
is healthy. Steak is
And
healthy.
fajitas and margaritas, no?
correct.
Steak is
It was a cheat day, Hank. It was cheat. It was a cheat weekend. Yeah,
Steak
but
is healthy.
I want to say that during the week, though, I was eating 2 salads a day, basically. I was going almost no carbs during the week. And so trying to get back into shape.
Noted.
Football season happened, and that's something that we can acknowledge that happened. But now it's time to remake my body. And so I've been on the Peloton a lot. And it turned into an actual Buns of Anarchy at the very, very end of the ride today.
I think
Very
that's totally fair if it's a workout. Like that's not you just know no limits.
Yeah, that's the type of stuff that doesn't show up in the stat sheet. Is
Right.
Well, this guy pushed himself so hard that he shat. So
I think that's totally fair.
yeah, it's whole cycle.
Yeah. All right. Billy, do you have a who's back?
My who's back is the off season.
Oh.
No, my who's back was going to be Hogan.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah, that was fun.
Damn. All right, my who's back is Jordan Spieth because he was back for about 12 hours.
Max Home was back, too.
Yeah, Jordan Spieth, though, was back. I didn't even fully realize how bad Jordan Spieth has been for, like, the last 5 years. He hasn't won a tournament since 2017. He was leading on Saturday going into Sunday. Didn't win, but he was back for, like, 12 hours. And I guess everyone's saying, like, watch out. Jordan Spieth might actually win a tournament again in his pro career.
Well, he was the future of golf for a little bit. He was like, who's next?
Yeah.
When he won that Masters, right? So, like, I hope he comes back. That'd be good for my Under Armour stock, assuming they haven't thrown him off the cliff yet. But
yeah,
I guess I like Jordan Spieth. I think it's always so hard for me to figure out, like, when it comes to individual sports like golf or NASCAR, like, how do I pick somebody and be like, I'm just a big fan of that person? So I already got Brooks. I already got Max. I think we're all homosexuals on this podcast. So, like, how do I determine whether or not I'm rooting for Jordan Spieth or not? I think I like him.
No, so I think everyone likes Jordan Spieth because he's been so bad and such a head case for so long that he gets the pity like.
Okay.
So, like,
All right.
the country likes him now because it's like, whoa, dude, you haven't won in how long? They did a graphic on CBS. It was so mean. It was like Virginia has lost as a 1 seed to a 16 seed and won the tournament all within the last time that he's won a tournament. So,
yeah. I think he falls into the category of, like, it would be a good story to see him come back.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's actually a great lesson in life. Like, if you can't be consistently good, be good for a little bit and then be so bad that everyone feels bad for you and you'll get that vote.
Now he's an underdog, despite the fact that he's won millions and millions of dollars playing golf. It's like, man, I really hope something good happens to this guy who plays a sport for a living.
It also made, like, I think it also, I know myself personally, I did this, like, when he was good, it was okay to make fun of the fact that he was balding very prematurely.
Yeah.
So, but now that he's been bad, it feels yucky. Like, I feel yucky that I did that. So I think we're all kind of like, hey, remember when we made fun of his hair because we thought he was going to win every tournament and, like, be a billionaire? Well, I'll take a mulligan on that and say I'm going to root for Jordan Spieth.
Yeah. You know what? It's good to see him back in contention. I hope that he remains competitive. That's what I'll say about him.
Yes. Jake, did you have a who's back?
Yeah,
Always.
I have two. First up, Sister Jean.
Yeah.
Because Loyola, they lost today, but they won Saturday. They're in great shape to make the tournament. She was on game day. She's 101 now, so expect to see her make the media rounds these next few weeks.
I hope a bad loss to Drake though. Like they
didn't have the best player,
and they were up at the end. They blew it.
Yeah, but they're in good shape to make the tournament. If they make the tournament, everyone's going to talk about her. So
that would really be pushing your luck if you have like 101-year-old and you're wheeling her out in a pandemic in front of the media and cameras. Let's keep Sister Jean isolated for a while.
She has God on her side. That I was watching that game. It is. I know obviously there's the debate, which shouldn't even exist because it's like you can like two things at the same time. Like, how can people watch NCAA basketball like NBA is such a better product? I know NBA is a better product, but there are certain games, the Drake Loyola Chicago game, which I watched this afternoon, where it was 45-45 in overtime. And it was like, whoa, okay, this is something. And then like last night when I was watching the Nets versus Warriors. It's a different sport. It is a different sport at times. Yeah. And what was your second? Who's back?
Tim Tebow. The Mets once again invited him to spring training.
Let's go.
Dude, I saw Tim Tebow at the did you see Shaq's he had it was like a summer camp party where he had like a bunch of celebrities playing games before the Super Bowl, and Tebow was there just taking it way too seriously.
I did not see that, but it doesn't surprise me. Tebow is back in a big way because I subscribe to Tim Tebow's instant messaging service, as I think most of you out there probably do. Yep. He's a little thirsty. Tim Tebow texts me 5 times a week, and I haven't responded to him since the very first time they texted. Look at this. And he just keeps texting me nonstop. Yeah. It's like, chill, dude.
Well, you know what it is, too? Tebow's there's definitely a part of Tebow that's like, this Trevor Lawrence thing doesn't work out, Urban's probably going to call me.
I mean, Tebow should be – the ceiling for Tebow is being a Jack Easterby character coach that swindles his way into the front office of some NFL franchise. Yeah, he keeps texting me about sex trafficking. It's like, dude, Tebow, I haven't been thinking about sex trafficking, but you are certainly making me think a lot about it.
Yep. Save the children. Okay, let's get to our interviews. First up, we got Justin Herbert. Then we have Aaron Donald. Before we do that, Verizon 5G. If you're a mobile gamer, you've heard every excuse under the sun. They're hacking. This game is glitchy. But the lamest one by far is blaming your losses on lag. Eliminate the excuse with Verizon 5G, the 5G that changes the game. Now with unprecedented performance of 5G, ultra wideband, the fastest 5G in the world, built with massive capacity, ultra fast speeds, and ultra low lag for console level gaming on the go. So no more network shaming when you get knocked off the leaderboard. Verizon 5G is here, which means the time has come to stop blaming the lag, stop making excuses, and start becoming the best gamers in the game. This is the 5G that changes the game. This is the 5G built right, only from Verizon. You got to have it if you're a gamer. The 5G that changes the game, the 5G that's built right, only from Verizon. 5G ultra wideband available only in parts of select cities. Global claim based on open signal, independent analysis, Verizon 5G. Okay, here he is, Justin Herbert. Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest, Offensive Rookie of the Year from the Los Angeles Chargers. It is quarterback Justin Herbert. He's here with us from Strive Biltong, which is a snack that relies on nutrition, training, and fuel for his professional athletic career. What is this? Is this basically beef jerky?
First off, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. And it's a Biltong. It's a little different than jerky, and it's got all the protein but none of the sugar. And I'm excited to join their team because it's a perfect snack for me. Workouts, practice, whether I'm golfing, fishing, hiking. It's just an easy snack that I can go to get all the nutrients that I need.
Dude, you nailed that.
Biltong is it's the working man's beef jerky. It's one of my favorite snacks. So I'm awesome. If you guys have it, send me some. I'll pound it.
You crushed that. You crushed that. Like, I can tell you've done this. So good job on that.
Thank you.
All right. So I want to just I have to get this out of the way. I called you a bust because you beat my Badgers in the Rose Bowl, and I was very upset about it. The comeback game, your last game in college. So I said you sucked, and I was rooting for you to suck. You proved me wrong very quickly. So I just want to get that out of the way because I feel like it's important to at least say that. So my bad. But really, that was fucked up that you guys came back and won that Rose Bowl because all I want to do is win a Rose Bowl.
Well, I really appreciate you saying that. And I know that probably wasn't easy for you, but
no,
not at all.
It wasn't, no.
I mean, the Rose Bowl, no matter who you play and no matter what happens, it was just a great experience to be there. And it just happened to be against Wisconsin. And they're an incredible team. And just for us to be in that game, it meant a lot to us. And, this past year has been tough on everyone. But I've had a lot of fun and I've gotten better. So I appreciate that.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Deal. I switched pretty quickly. In my defense, I switched pretty quickly after you started coming in and just throwing lasers all over the field. So I am team Justin Herbert now. I want it on the record.
That's big time. I really appreciate that. That means a lot coming from you.
Yeah.
Right. Right off the bat, I think it took us maybe one or two games. We were like, okay, this guy's got poise. That was game one. Then game two was like, this guy's got moxie. We upgraded you to moxie. And then game three, it's like, this guy is the truth. So now you're at the truth level. It usually takes like a full season to get there with us, but we upgraded you pretty early. The only qualm I think that we had with your game that we really knocked on is you hate sliding. You just love running people over. You haven't learned yet that sometimes it sucks to not slide. But it's fun watching you play. Has there been a hit where you're like, hey, maybe I should give myself up maybe a yard and a half early?
That's a great point. The very first game against the Chiefs, it was 3rd and short, and I thought I could just get the first down, and I took a linebacker head on, and I found out then I should probably never do that again. And I've gotten better over the year. But yeah, you're right. I need to slide more, and my ability is my availability. And so just being smart on the football field is what I need to do.
So that first game against the Chiefs, everyone, the story goes that you found out essentially 20 minutes before. Was it that close to kickoff and that close to starting that it was okay, Tyrod's not going to play. You're in, Justin. You got to go against the Super Bowl champs.
It was right before the kickoff. So maybe 15 to 20 seconds. We're about to field the kickoff, and Coach Lynn comes up to me and tells me, Justin, you're going in. And I didn't know whether they had planned that the entire week and just not told me because I didn't really get any reps with the ones that week. But I just had this great big smile on my face. I'm ready to go. And they're all like, all right, Justin, focus up. Knock that grin off your face. You're about to go in. So.
Okay, so that leads me to this question because I have a theory that young quarterbacks, there's a period of time where you don't realize you're supposed to make young quarterback mistakes. You're actually just too dumb to realize hey, maybe this actually I shouldn't be playing this well. Did you feel that where you're I'm just out there balling? There's no real pressure here. I'm just having fun and doing what I've always done.
That's a great question, and I think the best thing about it was. I looked at it and I said, you know what? No one's really expecting a whole lot from me. I've got nothing to lose. I can go out there and I can have fun. And I'm playing in the NFL, and this is a dream of mine ever since I've been a kid. So what do I have to lose? And I just go out there, play loose, relax. And if you work hard, you do things right on and off the field, good things will happen. So it kind of funny the way things worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that like right when you got into the game and you obviously didn't get those reps with the first team and they don't really have plays scripted for you like they would for a guy that went into the game as a starter? Did they have to make some adjustments on the fly or how did that hit you in that first series?
Yeah, for the most part, we stuck to the game plan. Our quarterback coach, Pep Hamilton, we walked through everything and we talked about the game plan so much so that when I went in, I was ready to go in. I actually tell the story all the time. I go into the huddle and Hunter Henry looks at me and goes, what are you doing out here? And it was just one of those things that you don't really want to hear as you go in the huddle.
Yeah, I would imagine so. As a rookie, we hear about the difference between college and NFL, speed, coverage. What's harder though? Is it the different types of defense they're throwing at you, the different coverages, or is it the just physical speed of the defense and the defensive line especially?
Yeah, that's another great question. I would say probably the speed of the game. I mean, both are tough, but you get guys on the edge that are just as fast as they can possibly be. And I found that out early. If you get too deep in the drop and you sit back there, you got edge rushers that are going to come and knock the ball out of them. And then also you got coverage guys that you can get away with things in college that you just can't get away with in the NFL. it's just experience and learning and playing through it to get to that level.
Yeah.
We always hear about the difference between like being open in college and open in the NFL. Can you explain like what is open in the NFL?
Yeah, it's maybe a couple steps here and there, and then in college you get guys that are wide open, few steps ahead of the defenders, and the windows are just smaller in the NFL. And tiny bit of separation, the guy's open, and you better hit him because you're really not going to get a whole bunch of huge plays in the NFL, and so it's just kind of taking what you can get here and there. So that's probably one of the biggest differences.
Was there a specific jersey at Oregon that made you feel like you would never lose in, or that the whole team felt like they played better in?
Yeah, I would say the Stomp Out Cancer ones. My sophomore year, they were all white with the chrome helmets, and it was just a really good look. And we went out there and we jumped on Nebraska, I think 42-14 in the first half, and we were just playing pretty well in those.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it is true. Now, was there ever a jersey that you wouldn't say it because, you're an Oregon Duck and Nike and all that stuff, but maybe there's a little part of you like, this is really what we're wearing?
Yeah, like you said, I was a big fan of all the jerseys. Unfortunately, the one that we never got to win was the Oregon Duck when we wore the orange socks and cleats. We played Colorado my freshman year, and we lost in those. But I like the idea. I supported them.
Dude, I'm looking at these. I'm looking at these right now. The ones you wore in Nebraska, those are clean. You guys would never. If you wore those, you would win every national title.
Have you gone back and looked at back in like the early 2000s when Oregon tried to introduce their second duck mascot, the like Cyber Duck that was like
I think it was Robo Duck maybe.
Yeah, Robo Duck. What did you think about Robo Duck? Any chance we could get him back?
I thought it was a good idea. I think Puddles, the main duck, he's too tough to beat right now, and I like the idea, but I'm a big Puddles fan.
Yeah. Did you ever get lost in that locker room in Oregon after they redid it and made it basically like an amusement park?
All the time. My first couple of weeks, I got lost on my way to meetings, and I had to end up going like 15 to 20 minutes early just to find my way.
The end of the Bills game. So I had the over. I really needed you to score there. You ran QB sneak when your entire offensive line was running pass block. Who did it suck for more, me or you?
Probably both of us pretty evenly. That's one of those situations where, we wish we handled it better. There was some miscommunications from everyone on the field, and it was just a learning experience for all of us. And it's unfortunate we didn't get to score, and we felt like we were in that game for the most part, and fell up short, and we just had to learn from it.
Wait, was it your fault?
It was all of our fault. It was my fault going out there, and we could have done better. And it's a tough learning moment, but I'm better because of it, and the team's better because of it.
Okay, I think I'm going to blame you. I think I officially am going to blame you.
That's fair.
What about the end of the Raiders game? That was a crazy game. Where you like dove into the end zone. I had you to score a touchdown as a prop in that game and the over. So needless to say, that was a very exciting 2 seconds for me. So just thank you for that. I just wanted to say I appreciated it.
Of course, yeah.
How many interviews have you done in the last week that just have been bringing up specific plays, being like, dude, what the fuck were you thinking there? Because we had money on that.
This is the first one. So it's been a good opportunity to talk about it.
Okay. Was that, seriously though, that Thursday night game against the Raiders, that was one of the craziest games that I think we had all year. After that's over, are you even able to process, when you're watching the film, are you able to break that down like you would a normal game? Or was it just so unusual and so hectic that it made it more difficult to learn lessons from a game like that?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy for sure. But I think the following day we ended up watching the film and talked about it. And, we did our best to just go through everything and get a good beat on what we did well and what we need to do better the next week. But that was definitely one of the most fun games of the year, and just being in it. And it's an incredible stadium they've got there. And, the Raiders are always tough. So a lot of fun there.
All right, so my last question, Justin Herbert, Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's brought to us by Stride Biltong. I'm sure you've been asked this, but we have to ask it. Is the hair coming back? Because that was – did you know you made a mistake when you cut your hair?
First off, the hair is coming back.
Okay.
But I needed to cut it. It was getting long, and we were kind of in a losing skid, and I felt like changing it up could have helped me. And it did. We won a couple games there, here and there on that. So it'll come back, and the best part about hair is it'll grow back.
Yeah, but did you knew though, like when that first picture hit the internet, you're like, oh, this is gonna be a day for me.
Well, I think the best part about that is I kind of stayed off it. I don't listen too much about what people are saying. So, it's a pretty negative place out there, and I'm glad I kind of stayed away from it.
Good.
Listen,
Smart.
I actually had your back on the haircut. I thought it showed leadership that you went to your strength and conditioning coach and trusted him to cut your hair. It's like that dude only knows how to do like a buzz cut. Like that's a guy that like showers with Brillo pads as washcloths and just like cuts his hair off because it gets in the way of him day to day. So I didn't mind the haircut, but yeah, people have to get their jokes off about you.
Wait, you don't even have Twitter?
No Twitter.
Damn, good for you, dude.
Thank you.
That's more impressive than anything you did on the field this year. To be like, I don't have Twitter, I'm good without it.
Yeah, I mean, we don't get as much news, so I kind of find all the news elsewhere. But it's been fun though.
Okay, you must be happy all the time. That's a great decision.
Yeah.
Don't ever log on, Justin. I want you to stay pure, just the way you are.
I'll do that for sure.
Yeah, and if you ever need like a couple watchdogs to just keep the streets clean for you, we are willing and able to do it.
Well, I appreciate that. That's huge. So I really
appreciate it. All right, awesome, Justin. Thank you, man. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Seriously, congrats on not being on Twitter. That's fucking sick.
Thank you. I mean, it's just kind of a negative place sometimes, and
yeah.
Had I read the tweets from you, that probably would have hurt me. So
yes, actually, I don't know if I roasted you that bad for that.
I don't think we roasted you that bad for it, but yeah, it was. It's a very good decision not being on Twitter.
Yes.
I secretly envy you.
Yeah, you like. If I could trade anything, like it wouldn't be your bank account or your rocket arm, it would be the fact that you're not on Twitter.
Wow. I like that. I like that.
All right, man.
All right, well,
have a good one.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
That interview with Justin Herbert was brought to you by our great friends over at Coors Seltzer. I've been seeing their ads on TV all weekend, and it made me go to the store, pick up a pack of Coors Seltzer. It's the coldest tasting seltzer in the world. Coors Seltzer. It's cold. It's refreshing. And did I mention that it's cold? There's nothing more refreshing than a Coors Seltzer. Coors Seltzer is the world's most refreshing hard seltzer. It's available in naturally flavored black cherry, mango, lemon lime, and grapefruit. It's 4.5% ABV and only 90 calories per 12 ounces. Perfect for that posthumous football bod that we're all trying to work ourselves into. I love Coors Seltzer. My favorite flavor is black cherry. I'll drink black cherry anything. Black cherry just hits different, and when it's Coors Seltzer, it definitely hits way different. I love it, and right now you can get your first 12-pack of Coors Seltzer on them. You can go to CoorsSeltzer.com/take. That's CoorsSeltzer.com/take. Try it this way. Try it this week. Let us know what you think. Tag us. Tag Coors Light. They're at Coors Light. We're at Pardon My Take. Tag us, and we'll be picking the best submissions. We're giving away PMT Coors Seltzer jumpsuits. I don't know if you've seen the jumpsuits that they sent us. They're awesome. They're some of the most comfortable jumpsuits that we put on. They're sleek. I'm wearing them all the time. I know jumpsuit January is over, but it's lifestyle. It's a mentality, and the Coors Seltzer Pardon My Take jumpsuits are legit. So you can try them. You can get your first 12-pack on Coors Seltzer. Go to CoorsSeltzer.com/take. CoorsSeltzer.com/take. Beer purchase required. Offer varies by state. Must be 21 or older. Visit promorules.com/Coors Seltzer rebate for details. Ends 4/30/21. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Fort Worth, Texas. And now, here's Aaron Donald.
Okay, we now welcome on very special guest. It is Aaron Donald, recurring guest Aaron Donald, and someone he's doing some great business with, Pat Cavanaugh, former Pitt basketball captain. They have a new drink out. It's called Ready. Giannis is also part of it. So let's start with this. Pat, what made you guys decide to do this? What can you explain to us the backstory of Ready and what people can look for in the stores?
Sure. From first, thanks for having us on. From a sports drink perspective, I think with my background playing, and then obviously with Aaron and Giannis playing at such a high level, elite players that they are, we, especially those two guys, have an appreciation for what goes in their body, very particular about it. And in regards to the sports drink category, we felt there was a big opportunity to come up with something that was game-changing in terms of the source of energy. Typically, sports drinks just have refined sugars added. We actually have a superfruit blend that provides the energy without all the added sugar. So we have no added refined sugar in the product at all, none. It's all from a superfruit blend. And one of the kind of inherent benefits to that is it provides a lot of antioxidant recovery properties as well. And then in addition to that, rather than have just one electrolyte, which we've seen in the sports drink space, we actually have a triple electrolyte blend that helps, better mirror when an athlete, sweats to replenish those electrolytes.
Nice. That sounds sick.
Sounds delicious. And
Yes.
Aaron, you were actually involved in the making of the product too?
Well, with the Ready Sports Drink, I was pretty much with the flavors, the taste, as far as, I'm real big into what I'm consuming, what I put into my body. So obviously I don't want, nothing that tastes too sweet. You don't want nothing too watered down. So trying to find something that's right in between the middle. So me having my input to figure that out with Pat was great. Even when it come down to the bottle shape and everything like that, get my input. And so I definitely was able to, play a role as far as, trying to make this drink right.
I like that. I like the feel of a good bottle can make all the difference. I remember back, like when I was a kid, there were certain Gatorade bottles that tasted better because they had like the little pyramid stuff on the outside that you could squeeze, and it was really satisfying. That's a real thing. If a bottle feels good, it's more hydrating.
100%. We'll have to get you some product. If I thought we had a care package sent up for you, so we'll have to make sure we get some for you.
We'll get it. Yeah. Aaron, how are the ribs?
They're getting better. This week, this has been the best week so far. So definitely feeling a lot better, feeling good.
Can you tell us how that happened? Because I did make the joke afterwards that you are able to dodge knives during training, and then Russell Wilson lightly sits on you and you broke your ribs.
No, it was just weird how it happened. I hit him, took him down. I guess the way, he landed on me and the way my body twisted just happened how it happened.
It was a freak injury. Yeah, it was so – because we all – we watch you every Sunday, and you are exceptional and like an Iron Man. So when it happened, we're like, wait, what the heck? But I guess it also is like if you feel like you're hurt, then I would imagine it would be something that would probably kill us. Like I think if Russell Wilson, if that same thing happened to me, I'd just be dead.
No, I felt it. It was just, I felt it like a weird feeling. I kind of like, I'm like, the way it happened, I'm like, it can't be nothing serious. So I kind of thought I got the wind knocked out of me. So I tried to like gather myself, and then I started walking, and it was like a burning feeling. And I sat down trying to breathe, which is uncomfortable. So I was trying to compose myself and calm myself down and see what was wrong. And the pain wouldn't go away. So I went inside and see what was going on from there. So
yeah, rib injuries are weird. They're like
weird.
They're the most frustrating injury ever because it hurts to breathe. It hurts to laugh. I don't know if you had the hiccups at all when you had a rib injury. That's the fate worse than death.
Difficult to diagnose.
Yeah, trying to take a crap.
Yeah.
Everything hurts when you've got a rib injury. Has that put a cramp in your workout time? Because I know that you probably don't go longer than like 2 days without working out ever in your life. Has that made you had to like sit back and rest your body a little bit more than you would like to?
Well, no, I really, after the season, took 2 days off, was back in the weight room training. This is the first week that I took off at all. So this is my first week off since the season ended. So I'm just trying to let my body heal a little bit more, but feeling good.
What's the longest that you ever have been without working out at all? Like without picking up a weight? What's the longest Aaron Donald has actually let his body rest?
A week. I did a week. Not a full week.
Wow.
I usually go, try to go a whole week, and by like a Thursday, Friday, I'm doing some type of weight back in the weight room, trying to do something just to feel good. So.
Yeah. I randomly last night because since it's Super Bowl week, I was watching NFL Network, and they were playing old Super Bowls. So they're playing the one a couple years ago against the Patriots, and you were giving yourself a pump-up speech, and you were telling yourself, controlled aggression, controlled aggression. Do you notice when you have uncontrolled aggression on the field?
Well, yeah, everybody can notice that. You lose it. But a lot of things that I say to myself is stuff that my dad told me. He still tells me to the day. But a lot of sayings he told me, controlled aggression, hard work, payoff, things that he used to tell me as a kid, give me my little prep speeches that I just talked to myself now. Like if it was like if he was talking to me. So it's kind of weird, different, but that's everything. Everybody get motivated different ways. So
you should think about. I know I'm sure that shit gets talked back and forth on the line, but you should at some point just tell the lineman across from you, like, hey, just so you know, I'm doing controlled aggression right now. Like, I'm controlling it. You don't want to see me uncontrolled, because I was watching the video and you were pumping me up, and I'm like, holy shit! Like, what is uncontrolled aggression from Aaron Donald? Probably the scariest thing in the world.
Yeah, it's not too good, but that's why you gotta control it, because you gotta be smart. You don't want to do nothing foolish to the point where you get a flag and hurt your team. So
yeah. What happens when you're uncontrolled aggression? Is there like something that you can tell on yourself, like, hey, you've crossed the line, bring it back, control that aggression?
Well, whatever happened, it happens, and then you lash out, and then after you got to relax yourself and calm yourself down. So
it just occurred to me, I remember watching a video of you a couple years ago when they implemented the new rules about how you're allowed to tackle a quarterback and how you're allowed to land on the quarterback and what you can and can't do. And you were just like belly flopping onto the training dummy in practice. It just occurred to me that Russell Wilson did that to you in a game and injured you by landing with his whole body weight on you. Do you think that there should be like the same rule for quarterbacks, that you're not allowed to land on defensive tackles?
No, man. It is what it is. It just happened how it happened. So, injury happened. Season's over. So I'm just here, trying to, talk about my new Ready Sports drink. Here with my partner Pat.
Yep.
Just talking about a great drink.
I saw a video of you where you were jumping into a pool and you were saying that like you could play on offense. Is that something that you've talked to Coach McVay about? Like, put me in at running back, put me in at tight end?
Well, I've been trying to get like a goal line package since my rookie year. So I've been trying. They just ain't taking the bait. So been trying to get me a nice little goal line package for a while. It just ain't happened. So
we got to get that going. Have you talked to Matt Stafford yet? Obviously, the big trade happened. We are, just so you know, friends with Jared Goff. So, that was the Rams' big loss there, because we're going to always have Jared's side. But have you talked to your new quarterback yet?
Yeah, I talked to him. I talked to him. So,
what'd you guys say? Were you like, hey, what's up, man?
No, we just talked. At the end of the day, it's a business. I wish nothing but the best for Goff. I'm gonna keep in contact with him. I'm more happy for Goff just getting a fresh start. I know this is gonna motivate him and push him. So I know he's gonna do great things in Detroit. But the switch happened, the change happened from a business standpoint. So I talked to Stanford. We said some things, and that's what it is. So
I remember this week last year we had you and DK Metcalf on at the same time. And DK was saying that he could bench press more than you. Do you think that after this season, another year getting stronger for you, that you can take DK in a bench press?
Yes. He's a wide receiver. I'm a defensive lineman. So we lift different,
Yeah. What about squatting? You think you could out squat him too?
We lift different. So.
Do you think that you're the strongest player in the NFL?
No, I don't know, man. I just know I'm pretty strong. I stay in my own lane. I know what I can do and can't do. I know what I need to do to prepare myself every season, because I got to work. If I don't work, I ain't going to be productive. The better you get at this game, the harder it gets, because now you got that much more attention. Now more teams are trying to find ways to slow you down. Players are trying to find ways that, now allow you to make plays. So, I can't allow myself to, fall short of nothing. I got to continue to work, continue to find ways to get stronger and get better. So, that production continue to stay at a high level.
So the other big change for the Rams this offseason, besides the quarterback position, was your defensive coordinator got hired by the Chargers. What was Brandon Staley doing this past year that was so different? And, he was talked up a lot. What was he doing that was so different schematically or just preparation-wise that had you guys playing at such a high level coming into January?
I think we had some great players, man. We had some great football players that was all playing at a high level. I think he did a great job as far as game scheme and certain things, and being able to give different looks to offenses, and they think one thing and they see another. Be able to do certain things to give certain guys one-on-ones up front, and I think as a defense, I think guys were just making plays. It wasn't one or two guys. It was multiple guys that was, making a game-changing play at any time of the game. Each week, it was somebody different. So when you got a defense like that, guys is having fun, guys is flying around, good things come out of that. So, that's what you guys were seeing.
So a quick follow-up to that. Can you tell when a coach has put you guys in a spot where it's like, if we just do this, we're going to be awesome. Like, we're going to succeed. Can you tell when a coach has everything lined up and you're like, the trust is here, they see things that are going to show up on Sunday, and we feel like we're like almost a step ahead of the competition?
Well, yeah, that's game planning. You go into you study film. You have a game plan you go into. Then once you're out there playing the game, you get a feel for what's going on. You see what the offense is giving you. They see and vice versa. So, playing the game, getting a feel for it like that, you see a lot of things like that. So,
yeah, is it actually fun for you if you have a game and let's say you're getting double and triple teamed the entire time and you don't put up any tackles for loss, you don't get a sack, but your defense plays well? Like, do you have fun in that game as they've clearly like game plan to take you out of it, but your other teammates are still having a great game out there? Like, is that fun for you?
For sure. Obviously I want to be out there. I want to make plays. I want to be the guy making, but as long as somebody's doing it, that's all that matters. I'm doing my job. If I'm out there and I take a double team or a triple team, whatever the case may be, and the guy's able to wrap off that and make a play, or one of the DBs is able to make a pick and make a game-changing play to help us win, yeah, I'm all for that, because at the end of the day, it's about winning. The individual success is great, but the overall goal is to make it to a Super Bowl, and I can't personally do that by myself. It's a team effort, so I need guys around me too to make plays, and that's what it comes down to.
I've always wondered about that. If you're a guy that's getting triple teamed on a play, do you have like a game plan in your head of in what order you're going to take these guys out? Like, you have to pull some John Wick shit, basically. It's like, I'm going to hit this guy in his chest, I'm going to kick this guy in his shin, and then put my forearm in this guy's throat. Then I'll get into the backfield.
Well, you just play the game. When you line up, you're not expecting a triple team. You're expecting to try to defeat the guy in front of you. You hear different calls. If the slide protection's coming to you, you know certain blocks from what I watched on film, what I'm going to get. So that all a counter into it. So, you sometimes I might beat the first guy. The center might slide. You might beat him, and then it might be like a back chipping or something like that just slow you down enough not to get to the sack. But you really can't do too much. You just play your game.
All right, guys, we're gonna have to wrap up. Excuse me. I just want to say thank you.
Okay, cool. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much. Take care.
All right. Thanks, Aaron. See you, man.
Thank you very much.
All right. Take care. Aaron Donald was brought to you by our great friends over at 3Chi. 3Chi is the industry leader in Delta-8 THC products. All their products are formulated by a biochemist and made in the USA with USA-grown hemp. 3Chi's Delta-8 is a federally legal version of THC. It's a much more functional alternative to marijuana. Gives you an amazing buzz, gives you a great body feel, but you get a clearer head, less anxiety, less paranoia. If you've got the quarantine blues, if you got the COVID blues, if you're looking to expand your mind a little bit, if you're maybe trying to cut back on some of the booze, figure out some great ways to ease your way into an evening, well, guess what? 3Chi is there for you. It is the perfect solution to when you're sitting down and want to watch a movie and get a nice tasty buzz on. It's available online at 3chi.com. That's number 3chi.com, and at retailers around the country. You have to be 21 to purchase. Remember, it's not CBD. This is psychoactive. It's going to give you a buzz, so please use it responsibly. If you have the gummies, start out with a quarter of a gummy, level up to a half gummy, then level up to a full one. You don't want to have too much right off the bat. Try a quarter, then level up from there. See how you react to it. You're going to love it. I love it. The whole squad loves it. The whole office loves it. Go to 3chi.com. That's the number 3chi.com. Shop for Delta-8 vapes, gummies, tinctures, and oils. You can make your own homemade edibles out of that. Use promo code PARDON at checkout. Get 5% off your order. Promo code PARDON, P-A-R-D-O-N at checkout. Get 5% off your order at 3chi.com.
All right. Segments are back. First up, we have Respect the Biz for Tom Brady. If you missed it, one of the greatest clips that has been put on the internet came out on Saturday night. Let's actually play it here.
And it takes a lot of work, a lot of hard work, a lot of hours go into it. It just really upset me that this trophy was disgraced and disrespected by being thrown as if it was a real football. I didn't sleep for the past 2 nights because of this. I was that upset. because I know the passion that goes into this trophy and how my dad and all his fellow silversmiths are so proud to make this. I personally would like an apology, not just to me and my family and the other silversmiths, but to the fans.
That was 100% real. That woman actually has lost sleep over the fact that Tom Brady threw the Lombardi trophy to his teammate across water, disrespecting silversmiths far and wide.
Yeah, respect the silversmith industry, Big Cat. I think that the Lombardi trophy should never be touched. It should be like that guitar in Spinal Tap. It's not to be played. Don't even point at it. Don't even look at it. It should just exist in a glass stand forever. And if this lady thinks that the Lombardi trophy was being disrespected by being thrown, she should have a conversation with some NHL players about what the Stanley Cup has been through. Mm-hmm. You know what? Like me and you getting to drink out of the Stanley Cup is far more disrespectful to a trophy than Tom Brady almost throwing it to the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico.
How about the fact that Gronk dented it like a year ago, 2 years ago? I love this lady, though, because she doesn't have the internet. Because there's no way that you do that interview if you know how the internet works. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like she thinks that she just put that into a void and just shipped it off. And it was like, I just need to get my thoughts out there. I haven't slept. It was appalling what I saw. And I just want someone to hear it. She doesn't know that, like, she dominated Saturday night and that people were laughing at her, and she's utterly ridiculous. And I appreciate that type of person. We just had Justin Herbert on, who doesn't have Twitter. Like, that's people who don't even know what the internet is.
Yeah.
And don't use it. I respect so much.
So I'm confused about the Lombardi trophy because there seem to be a ton of them. And that lady was acting like this is the only one, like this is the real one that he threw. But they seem to be like Mr. Smiths in the Matrix, where like they just show up everywhere. I see like an interview with Charlie Casserly on NFL Network, and he's got like 2 Lombardi trophies behind him in the background. It's like, wait, what's going on? How many are there?
We should actually, like, if anyone can get us a couple, we need at least a few in our studio.
I've been saying, like, because if Tom Brady, if that was the one Lombardi trophy, like the actual one that they just give you for a parade, and he had thrown it into the bottom of the ocean, I actually think that there's a good case to be made that they should invent a new trophy and just know that the Lombardi is sunk forever. And now then that one's named after Tom Brady, Hank.
Yeah, there you go. But it's also crazy because I think she was essentially saying that her father made the first one, but didn't make this one. He just made the first one.
Okay.
So she's offended for the first one?
Did he even design it?
It's a football on a stand.
Right. But no, it's more than that. It's sneaky genius.
Yeah.
None of it's perfect.
You know what? The Lombardi trophy has lost a lot of its shine.
Trophy.
Yeah.
It's lost a lot of its shine recently because it's always in the logo for the Super Bowl. I see it too much.
Yeah.
It's always in my face. Back when the Super Bowls had different logos, getting to see the Lombardi trophy was an event. It's like, oh, there it is.
Oh, I forgot what that looked like.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a big reveal. And I would have liked it if this lady had worked in like some millennial bashing to her comments where she was saying like, now that every kid gets a participation trophy, athletes don't respect trophies anymore, and they're just throwing them around like they're party favors.
Right. Unbelievable. All right, next up we have Sorry Not Sorry. This is from James Harden. This is equally as unbelievable. So James Harden did an interview with Rachel Nichols before the Nets-Warriors game on Saturday night, which, by the way, Kyrie Irving has said that James Harden is the point guard. So he's essentially said, like, hey, there's only one ball. It's James Harden's ball, except for when it's Kevin Durant's ball and also when it's my ball. But James Harden said he is sorry for how his Houston Rockets tenure ended and, quote, said, I don't like it at all because that's not who I am. That is who you are. You did all those things. So he said, I feel like it could have happened a lot smoother, a lot easier, but it is what it is. Does he know that he caused all of it?
Well, to me, that just speaks to my theory that James Harden has a fat twin that steps in and fucks everything up for him when he needs somebody to be bad at basketball. And he's like, that's not who I am. He's just like, he's admitting it. But yeah, like that is what happened, James. You
got fat.
James, you got fat. You ate your way out of Houston, which is very difficult to do.
You stopped trying, and then you said that the Rockets were just not good enough, and it can't be fixed. Those were your quotes. Those are things you said.
Taking private jets to Las Vegas in between games
and
on days of games.
Yes. That's not who he is.
Took a personal day to go to
his
party.
The media is making him out to be like some guy that chokes in big situations, that loves strippers, and it gets unhappy despite having a $200 million contract in a state with no income tax. And that's not at all who James Harden is, guys.
That is so bad in closeout games that it actually is believable that he was on drugs. Not that he was, but it actually is believable because that would be a better excuse for just, I was trying my hardest and I sucked this bad. So he finished with, apologize for how it went down, but I guess I had to do what I had to do in order to get where I wanted to go.
Yeah. That's not who he is.
Apologize for any of it. You actually aren't sorry whatsoever. You're just saying the words sorry. It's almost like a 4-year-old being like, I apologize, but like they're just saying it so they can get out of trouble.
Yeah, it's not the real me. Like everyone thinks that they know somebody just because there's 6 months of on the record conversations and hours of game film that they can review, but that's not who I am.
That's not who I am.
That's not who he is. And it says, I do like Kyrie saying it wasn't a mystical conversation because the first thought I had in my head is like, what type of mystical conversation did they have to determine who was going to be the point guard? It is Lunar New Year. I'm sure there was astrology involved.
Well, it's similar to the guy who said that he wasn't a cat. The lawyer said he wasn't a cat, who I can't get out of my head. But like, dude, or Jim Caldwell, when he said he was very much alive, like if you say it wasn't a mystical conversation, it was a mystical conversation.
Yes,
you just told us what it was. You're trying to get us to think it wasn't, but it clearly was.
My T-shirt that says it was not a mystical conversation is raising a lot of questions that should have already been answered by my T-shirt.
Right, exactly. Guys, stop talking about the mystical conversation. I don't know where you get that idea other than me saying it wasn't a mystical conversation. All right. Before we have a drunk idea, we also have thoughts and prayers to Colin Cowherd. He had – what was his official diagnosis?
He had a blood clot in his lung. Yeah.
Which I think he even said that might be because he's been doing so much high altitude skiing. So it's a vacation injury. He got a vacation injury.
Hank, let that be a lesson.
I like it to be like
watching One Piece.
In his first video when he's like, yeah, I got a blood clot. It could be because I've been in Vail just fucking dropping out of copters and doing some sick ass tricks. Like what? Okay.
Yeah. The powder.
Then I went scuba diving in the Bahamas. So it could be something with that. The change in altitudes with my awesome lifestyle.
Listen, the powder's been too extreme up in Aspen recently. Like that's probably going around a lot amongst extreme sports athletes. You're seeing it as a pandemic. But
it's tough to have sympathy for a guy who's like, hey, I got an injury, probably because I've been spending so much time on the fucking in Breckenridge.
I mean, too much soup could be an issue too. You inhale that soup, it goes down the wrong tube, it goes into the lung. Dude. And it's just basically like pneumonia that gets started in there. Just except it's not like spit or bile that gets lodged in there. It's just mulligatawny, and that can get infected.
So I was a little upset because he kind of stole my shine as sportscaster fighting for his life this week. But whatever. He also he did daily updates where he's like, look, Justin Herbert sent me a signed ball, or he even did one tonight where he was like, I'm going back to work. I was supposed to have Monday off, but I'm going back to work. Fucking way to go, Colin. But he did mention that he was having soup for dinner. So he's all the way back.
Okay, good. Glad to hear that. Yeah, he is really stealing your shine. Like there's a lot of podcast. There's a lot of podcasting lung injuries that are going around.
I could have died.
And if Colin Cowherd, maybe if he smoked a little bit more weed and chilled out on the soup and all the cocktails that he's having with Brian Russillo out in Manhattan Beach, maybe if you puffed a little bit, if you blazed more, Colin, that would train your lungs to be acclimated to environments where there's less oxygen.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Billy?
I actually have a Who's Back of the Week. Johnny Manziel scored in the Flash fan-controlled football league this weekend.
Yeah, by the way, what was the name of his team?
The Zap? Was it the Zap?
Zappers.
Zappers.
The other team was owned by Marshawn Lynch, and they were the Beasts, I think.
A really quick way for me to not respect your football league is to have a team named the Zappers. That's like a character from Doug Funny.
No, it looked like it was a 1991 arcade game.
And they're playing on like a 12-foot field.
It's an arena. Honestly, I just love all football. I'm actually going to follow this now.
No,
He was 1 for 5 throwing.
He scored.
He was 1 for 5 throwing.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that because everyone was talking about it.
Money man's out.
He also said that like he felt washed up as he was running in the game. He was like, man, I really suck right now. I got caught from behind. I don't know why they're paying me to do that, but win or lose, the Zappers booze. That's what they say about the Zappers. Everyone knows that.
An illustrious franchise, one of the founding franchises of what's the league called?
Fan-controlled football league. So I think you can like call their plays.
Dude, they really should bring back the Arena League.
They should bring back the XFL.
The XFL.
Yeah, Billy.
But the Arena League was a little different, where it's like, I don't know. You just and actually, I didn't even watch it, so I don't even know why I'm saying
it had a little of a hockey.
Like I didn't even care about the Arena League, but it was nice to know it existed. Yeah, it was nice to know it existed.
Big Cat and I were actually offered to be owners of a franchise like a year and a half in the fan control football league. Do you remember that? Right. It was going to be Richard Sherman, Marshawn Lynch, and then us, I think, owning a team. Yeah. And we just kind of – it was classic us because they were like, hey, do you want to own a football team? And we just kind of forgot about it.
Well, they also, if I remember correctly, they're like, we're going to pay you in sweat equity and you're just going to talk about it a bunch. It was like, what? Okay, that doesn't make any sense. All right.
I think I can play in this league.
No, all right, sure. Yeah.
Come on.
Billy's just looking.
League, Billy.
Where is it located, Billy?
Las Vegas.
Yeah, okay. Billy just wants to go to Vegas. That's what we're working with here.
No, serious question though, Billy. If you did put on the pads and you went out there, like, what would your mindset be?
Just a great mindset.
All right, he's figured it out. Never mind. All right, he caught on. I was testing. I had to test to see when Billy would actually catch up.
I'm officially out of fight mode and sober, and it's
okay.
What's fight mode?
Joke's done.
Yeah.
What is fight mode?
What's the difference between fight mode and now?
When are you going to start calling people out, Billy? We got to keep the momentum going.
I know. I got to get
Who's on the short list? Who's on the short list?
I mean, of course, honestly, I'd fight a Paul brother, and I probably wouldn't fight anybody else.
What about a guy named Paul?
What about a guy named Paul? No.
Dude, Jose, would you fight Jose in a rematch if Jose got $0?
I'm actually kind of sad.
Yes, winner take all would actually be the only way.
Bad now.
Winner take all for $0.
No, I think you could. I think you could legitimately rematch Jose, but you'd have to be like $100,000 is all you can get, and you have to win the fight.
I don't want to. That was sad. Realizing that he wasn't actually shouldn't have been in a boxing ring by any means. So,
see,
Billy, you should actually just change
yourself short, Billy.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I sort of all. It's I've centered my.
You're a pussy. You're being a pussy.
I'm a pussy. No,
You won't beat an old man up again.
But the thing is, I didn't know he was an old man. I thought he was going to kill me.
Mm-hmm. Why? Why'd you think that?
Because he said he was blunt force trauma to my brain. So I was like, "Fuck, bro! Kids sleep on this guy."
You knew that once he hit you, he didn't have that.
I know, but I was in wartime, bro. I was in the zone anyway.
But going into the fight, you thought it's different from it is now because now you're like, I could kick this guy's ass.
Yeah.
But going into the last fight, you were like, this dude is huge. He's 6'3".
Yeah.
How am I going to be able to prepare for that?
The whole thing. I'm back to earth. We're all good.
Huh? Yeah. All right. PFT, you had a drunk idea real quick?
Yeah, I don't know how good this idea is, but it sounded good at the time. And,
wearing a cowboy hat all the time?
Well, no, it was actually while I was wearing the cowboy hat, I thought about
Peloton diapers.
It was Peloton. It's actually a bike seat that's just made out of cloth. It's a bike seat that's a giant tampon that goes up your butthole while you're biking on it. No, it's Topgolf, but for other sports. Why is Topgolf the only thing that exists where you go someplace and you play a sport and it's like an arcade? There should be Topgolf, but for football, where you're the quarterback. Yeah, batting cages that could be cool, but imagine
basketball gyms.
Those exist. Yeah.
Imagine you have a football, and then in front of you is this big
Hockey
field,
rings.
and there are people that are running routes, and you can hit the
Soccer
receivers
fields.
with passes. You can, just throw deep bombs. Their net's set up. They keep score of every ball that you throw. You compete against your buddies. Or like, I
think that exists.
Does it?
Well, I mean, like it exists in like arcades.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like a bigger.
I think you're just talking about Dave and Buster's, and I'm down.
Well, so the big thing is like at Topgolf, you can play your sport, but you also get to drink beer. Right. And so at Top Football, you would have couches, you'd have a whole setup, you'd have a bartender that came out, and then you also have footballs. And so then you just like airmail like 60-yard bombs.
What would be the plan for the amount of fights that would break out in the parking lot between like high school warriors who are like, I was fucking all state?
So that's the beauty of it. The parking lot is Top Boxing. So they actually have a bartender out there, and they're like ropes set up and gloves. Just like actually, you know what? A bar that you can go into and challenge somebody to a fight, and it's all legal. You put on the boxing gloves, step into the ring, settle your beef.
I think you should have even more. I think you should even be further after the Top Boxing in the parking lot.
Dating app.
Yeah, it's also but it should be Top Medic because all these guys clearly think that they're doctors as well. So they're like, "Oh, dude, that's just a shoulder strain. Like, we'll get you fixed up. Here, take some HGH."
Yeah, I love that. Perfect.
It's just Billy's camp. Yeah, you're just talking about Billy.
Then they have like top sex after the after party where you can go with a girl.
Top fuck.
Top fuck.
The Michael Vick experience from Nike.
Yes.
That is kind of like what you're doing, right? You're perspective of being a quarterback. And it's like, yeah.
I mean, it would be fun as shit.
Yeah, it would. It would be very fun.
Yeah.
All right, I'm in. We're investors. Let's do it.
Top football.
All right, that is our show. We'll see everyone Wednesday. There's rumor on the street we might even talk a little hockey on Wednesday with a good friend of ours, Ryan Whitney. Probably heard of him. All right, we will see you guys then.
Love you guys. Oh, are we going to do numbers?
Oh, yeah, let's do numbers. I got it.
14.
8.
32. Raccoons hate cayenne pepper and Irish Spring soap bars.
Yeah, JJ Watt already told us that.
Seriously?
No, he just said he's never used Irish Spring, and he's basically a trash panda. So.
All right, here we go. 99.
66.
8.
18.
32. I hope I don't get it.
80. Fuck.
80.
All right, see everyone.
October
we'll be back
6th,
together on
November
Tuesday.
22nd.
Love you.
Tuesday? We're in the office?
Not you.
Okay.
Not you and not you.
No, you can come back.
Actually.
That's negative, Billy.
Nah, it's not going to work for Billy.
What do you have, Billy? Did you think it was a little ridiculous on Thursday, right before the show started? You're like, "Hey guys, I can't be there."
Dude, I need to put my life back together.
Why? What happened?
Well, I had to. It turns out, I had to do this volunteer income tax assistant thing, and I had to get on the flight. It was just.
Do you think
got delayed twice?
But then you tweeted that yesterday that you finished it.
Yeah.
No, but I did one. I have to do like 100.
Billy, do you think that like the last week you were in like you felt different? It felt different. Were you in like a different mindset?
Dude, honestly, I'm just glad to be back to earth.
Did you get a concussion? Did Jose give you a concussion?
Yeah, are you okay?
No.
Did you give yourself a concussion?
No, training. I need to get my nose fixed. That's what I need to do.
Uh-huh.
Your nose, what happened to your nose?
I buckled my septum.
Too much cocaine?
No,
I
dude,
had
I don't
surgery in college.
Jake also, he was addicted to cocaine.
Did you? No, I don't. Dude, I did 0 cocaine down in Florida. 0. I'm not a drug guy.
This is like the mystical conversation. Why'd you bring that up?
Bro, because you guys keep.
I did 0. Like, what's the least amount of cocaine you can do? I did less than that.
I did negative. Dude, I just drink. I don't have any other vices.
Well,
and working out.
Well, I mean, berserker mode is definitely a vice.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get there ever again in my life. That was crazy.
When were you there last?
Thank you guys for being so patient. I was, I was shacked in a fool.
You're fine. You're fine, Billy.
I love you, Billy.
I got,
We're keeping all this in.
Wait, Billy. What are you spending your money on?
Dude, I think I might
Harriet?
Like, realistically,
I could see Billy burying a bunch of $100 bills and being like, "Fuck."
Well, I have an idea. I would like to talk to Dave because
No, talk to us first. We'll
cut this.
We'll cut this.
Okay, so I was gonna be like, look.